Are you Moab? Part 3. What did Achan hide in the ground under his tent? Right? What? One of the things was a goodly Babylonian garment. We are not supposed to be putting on any other garment than the garment of the sonship, which is Hamashiach Yahushua. That's the only garment that was well pleasing to the Father. That's the only garment, heart, that we supposed to be imitating, right? We are not. We are also. We are not supposed to be negligent in our work of dying to the carnal mind. For the lazy and the slothful man will not win the prize that is set before him, which is eternal life, which is the preservation of the entire man, the spirit, the soul, and the body. We must use the sword, which is the word of Yah. Yah, what did Yah tell us? What did Yah tell us? He told us what? Where is it? What did Yah tell us? He told us that we are not to hold our sword we are not to keep back his sword from blood. That sword is the word of Yah that's going in us and going into the deepest, darkest parts of the hole that is inside of our heart, and going in and pulling out the very remains with the word of Yah. That's what we go in to do that. We use the implementing tool, which is the sword of the spirit, which is the word of Yah, to go within the deep parts, the deep dark parts of the the hole that is inside of our heart, to pull out the buried remains, right? And so, one second. Hosea 8:8 again. Israel has been swallowed up. They have now become among the nations as a vessel in which is no pleasure. So they're a vessel with no pleasure because they don't have the sun. They're not imitating the sun. They don't have the sun on in their heart. They're swallowed up because they're doing the works of the Gentiles, right? They're taking on the Gentiles' works, right? There's no pleasure in that. 10. Also, although they sold themselves among the nations, this time I shall gather them when they have suffered for a while from the burden of a king of rulers. And so he's saying Israel sold themselves. That's prostitution, adultery, fornication, and theft. You're stealing from Yah and becoming one with the Gentiles, which means you're doing their abominations. You're intermixing among the heathens, learning their works, their deeds, and serving their idols, their images, which is a snare. And those heathens, those Gentiles, not only the people without, but it's the nations that are within. Them 7 nations that are greater and more mightier than you. And Yah said he comes in to do battle. He comes in, the word of Yah comes in to do battle to destroy those nations. Repent now.